Welcome back to your No Malarkey Guide to Programming. This is Kalu, and we've spent a lot of time together now. We've built this entire app right here. We have it on our local server, but we want to go ahead and put it on our remote server. And in order to do that, let's first save the contents of this app onto GitHub. So before we do that, we've spent a lot of time together. This is our 7th tutorial. If you've been following this all the way through, that means that you've spent each tutorial is about 12 minutes long. So you spent at least 84 minutes. That's like 1 hour and 20 minutes with me. So you really should get to know me a bit more. I feel like I should introduce myself and tell you a bit about myself. So here we go. My name is Kalu, and I put in work. That's all you need to know, and that's all we're gonna do. We're gonna put in work. You know that I believe in doing example-based learning, not rule-based learning. I believe in a bottom-up process, not a top-down process. I believe in inductive learning and not deductive reasoning. What that means is we just put in work at this channel. We do, and then we talk about the what's, when's, and why's later on, because we want to build a heuristics of all the steps necessary to go from zero, I don't know anything about computers, web programming, to having a web app live on the internet. And this is an important step. We're going to get our stuff up on GitHub. So you guys have heard a lot of GitHub. People say a lot about GitHub. We're not going to get into the fancy. Just repeat these steps. Go to github.com and log in. If you don't log in, create an account. And once you create an account, you want to go ahead and, you want to confirm your account. So confirm your account identity. You probably got to go to your email and click the link. Once you got all that done, you can log in. I'm going to go ahead and sign into my GitHub account. And we want to create a new GitHub repository. So start project is the way to do that. We're going to click on start project. The name of this is going to be called jobs app. And we're going to make it public, and we're going to go ahead and click create repository. So once we've done that, it's going to take us to this page, at which point I want you to open up your terminal. In case you got things mixed up, I'm just going to close this again and do Control-Alt-T to open up our terminal. And if you remember, we saved our project in our desktop in something called job site. We want to cd into there, and then we want to cd into jobs_app. So cd jobs_app. And once we are in this folder, we want to go ahead and follow these directions. So git init, bam, done. And then we want to write git add, and we want to do tab to show all the folders. So I just hit tab 2 times, and it shows all the things we can add. So let's just go ahead, and before we add anything, let's do touch.getIgnore. And this is saying we don't want certain files to be tracked. So once we do this, we're gonna do ls-a to show us all our files, and we see we have this git ignore and this git folder. We're gonna ignore this for now, but this git ignore we want to go into. So let's do vim. We go into folders using vim. We're gonna use vim.getIgnore, and it's gonna open that folder. And remember, we want to do I to go into insert mode. And we're going to write all the files that we want Git to not keep track of. If you don't understand what this means, don't worry, just copy what I say. So the first file, this is migrations folder. We don't really want Git to keep track of our migrations. The other things we don't want Git to keep track of is, let me think. So anything that starts with or that has a .pyc, we don't really want that. And this folder that is __py cache, we don't really want that either. Oops, __. So once I'm done with that, remember to get into insert mode, you have to press I in Vim, and then escape to get outside of insert mode. So look here, insert mode, escape, insert mode, escape. And then once we have escaped outside of insert mode, we could write colon, and then W to write and Q to save, and then press enter, and we have now created our git ignore. We can print out the contents of that file by doing cat git ignore, and here it is. The contents of the file are here for us to see. So with that being said, why don't we start adding files to our GitHub? So we can do git add tab again, and let's add our templates space, our apps.py, admin.py, urls.py, views.py, static folder, test.py, and let's go ahead and add this init and this init. This git ignore. And once we do that, once you hit git status, it's going to show us the files we've added. So these are all the files we've added and the files we still haven't added. So we forgot this model, so let's do git add models.py and then do git status again. We've added all of these files. Great. And I'm going to do git add migrations. And then I'm only going to add in migrations, I'm just going to add this init file and nothing else. We're going to do git add. It says the following path are ignored by one of your git inout files. Use -f if you really want to add it. So I'm going to do that again, except this time I'm going to do git add -f, and there it is. And then I'm going to do git status again and see that it's added. So we really only want to add this init file. We don't want to add any other stuff in our migrations. Once we've added all that, and look at that beautiful greenness telling us we've added so many things. It says changes to be committed. What does that mean? We have to commit these changes that we just added. So we're going to do git commit -m to add a message, and then we're going to add the message. We're going to do first commit because it's our first commit. And there it is. It's going to create all this ready. Now we want to do this. The first time we add to our Git repository, we need this file right here. So I'm going to Control C that to copy it, and then Control Shift V. Again, I did Control C to copy, and then Control Shift V to paste right here, and then I'm going to hit enter. And it is added. Once we've done this, I can do git push origin master -u origin master, and we can enter. Once that loads, it's going to ask us to enter our username. I'm going to enter my username, and it is right here. And then our password, be careful when you're entering your password, it's not going to show that you're entering your password. Don't be tricked by that. You're still typing. Just enter your password and hit enter, and it's going to add this. Once we add this, we can do Control R right here. And there it is. Voila, we've added to our GitHub repository. So now that we've done that, in the next video, we're going to go ahead and buy our server. In this way, once we have a remote server, we can create another Django app on or another Django project in our remote server, and then we can just git clone this jobs app we have, and that is how we're going to transfer information from our local computer to our remote server. And anytime we make a change to the app, we just make a change on our remote server, add it to GitHub, push to GitHub, and then log in. I'm sorry, we make a change on our local server, we add it to GitHub, commit, push it to GitHub, and then we log into our remote server, and from our remote server we pull those changes and I'll use that method to update our website. If you don't understand what any of that means, don't worry. We're gonna do, and that's the way I expect you to learn, not by me explaining, but by us repeatedly doing these tutorials. And in the next video, we're gonna do that process. You guys are doing great. Thank you so much for following along. I'll see you at the next video.